Imagine you're standing before the gates of a place long forgotten by time, a place the locals refuse to speak about even in whispers. The twisted iron gate creaks open with a sound that makes your skin crawl. You've arrived at Blackwood Hollow Asylum. For decades, this place has sat in silence, abandoned. The rumors alone are enough to make even the bravest souls think twice about entering. Whispers of cruel experiments, ghostly apparitions, and the agonizing cries of the lost have seeped into the very bones of the townsfolk. But you, with a curious mind and a daring spirit, decide to see for yourself if the stories are true. As you step through the gate, the chilling air wraps around you like a cold, unwelcome embrace. The asylum looms ahead, its broken windows resembling the empty, soulless eyes of the damned. The building itself feels alive, as if it's waiting for someone to venture inside, waiting to share its secrets. The heavy oak doors groan as they open, and the smell of decay and mold fills your lungs. The darkness inside seems almost alive, pulsing with an unsettling energy. You take out your flashlight, its beam piercing the darkness only to reveal dusty hallways lined with forgotten gurneys and rusty wheelchairs. The air is thick with the unmistakable scent of rot and something else, fear. A shiver runs down your spine as you hear a faint sound. At first it seems like the wind, but then you hear it clearly, the echo of a distant scream. It's faint but unmistakable, a scream of pure, unfiltered agony. Your heart races as you venture deeper into the asylum, the temperature dropping with every step. You find yourself in the main ward, where rusted beds are scattered haphazardly. A broken, blood-stained doll lies on the floor, its one glass eye staring up at you with a cold, vacant expression. The cries grow louder here, as if the very walls are weeping. You press on, feeling a compulsion to uncover the truth about what happened here. The records say that Blackwood Hollow was shut down in the late 1940s after a series of unexplained deaths, but the details were scarce, intentionally buried perhaps. The patients, forgotten by society, were left to suffer under the guise of treatment. You push open a heavy door marked Treatment Room A. The sight before you is a frozen moment of horror. Old leather restraints hang limply from a rusted metal chair, the kind used for electroshock therapy. Dark, crusty stains mark the floor, a gruesome reminder of what took place here. You turn away, and that's when you see it. A figure standing in the corner of the room. A woman in a tattered hospital gown, her hair a tangled mess, her face a blank canvas of despair. Her eyes meet yours, and they are filled with a torment beyond words. You blink, and she's gone, but the feeling of her cold gaze lingers. A whisper brushes against your ear, so close it feels like someone is right behind you. "Help me," it says, a plea filled with years of suffering. You spin around, your flashlight shaking, but there's no one there. Just the silence of the room, and the creeping sensation that you're not alone. You move down the hallway, your pulse pounding in your ears. You find an old, dust-covered file room. Inside, stacks of yellowed papers and crumbling folders line the shelves. You grab one at random. Its label reads, "Patient number 103, subject to experimental treatments." The file is filled with grotesque photos, the patient's eyes hollow with terror. The notes describe procedures that sound more like torture, forced lobotomies, sensory deprivation, and something called the Blackwood method. It's all scribbled in the hand of Dr. Victor Halloway, the head psychiatrist, who believed he could cure patients by confronting them with their deepest fears. The lights flicker, and you feel a presence in the room. You turn slowly, and there she is again, the woman from before. She's closer now, her face twisted in pain. Her lips move, but no sound comes out. Then a soft voice echoes in your mind. "They never let us leave." The door behind you slams shut with a force that rattles the entire room. You try to open it, but it won't budge. The temperature plummets, and your breath fogs in the air. Whispers fill the room, overlapping, growing louder, a cacophony of voices pleading, screaming, crying. You hear footsteps behind you, slow and deliberate. You spin around, and there stands a tall, gaunt man in a white lab coat. His His eyes are cold, calculating. He's not just a spirit. This is Dr. Halloway himself. His presence is oppressive, suffocating. He steps closer, his smile twisted with madness. You came to learn the truth, he says, his voice a low, guttural growl. Now you'll experience it for yourself. Your flashlight flickers and dies, plunging you into darkness. You feel hands grab your arms, your legs, holding you down. The whispers grow into a deafening roar, and the cold becomes unbearable. You can't move, can't scream. You're trapped, just like the patients of Blackwood Hollow. In the pitch black, you hear a voice, soft, broken. It's the woman. Set us free, she whispers, her voice a mere breath. Then as quickly as it began, the grip on you loosens. The room grows silent. The flashlight flickers back on, and you find yourself alone once more. You stumble back into the hallway, gasping for breath. You don't look back. You sprint towards the exit, your heart racing, the feeling of 100 eyes watching you. As you burst through the front doors into the cold night air, you turn back one last time. In the window of the second floor, you see them, the patients of Blackwood Hollow. Their faces pressed against the glass, watching, waiting, and at the center, the figure of Dr. Halloway, his smile a sinister promise. The asylum falls silent as the doors swing shut behind you, as if it's returned to its slumber, its secrets once more locked away. But you know the truth now. The echoes of the forgotten asylum will never fade. The cries of the tortured souls will forever be trapped within those walls, and they will wait for the next curious soul to wander in, to listen to their cries, and to join their endless, restless vigil.